Hand clap to the master, guys. Big up the Mystelics YouTube family for definitely tuning in to another reaction video. And of course, the newcomers are there. Big up yourself as well for definitely tuning in to this here reaction video. I just want to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, guys, to give this video a thumbs up and of course subscribe and turn on that post notification by clicking the bell after you subscribe, and then click all so you'll pretty much be notified when I drop my videos right there and then, guys. Of course, like I said before, give this video a thumbs up. That help the algorithm of YouTube to foot the bill, man. To help the videos go further and further. Right here, I don't know what that was all about, but hey, you get a point right there, guys. Click the thumbs up button in this regard, and don't forget to download the Mystelics YouTube app right there. Now, guys, you might be wondering what is on the screen right there. We've seen some 4-engine boat. What kind of thing is that? We going fishing, man, or something? Some 350 engines? Yes, I. Yes, but power that day. We're flying in this sea, brothers and sisters. And of course, that is the actual boat that we're gonna be talking about in a moment right there, guys. As you can clearly see, the boat looks like, you know, a normal looking boat. It seems like, yeah, it's on wheels. Yeah, all right. This is the actual boat. This is the brand new, a newer version of that boat, that same set boat right there, guys. A newer version of it. And we have something rather interesting that the Prime Minister them actually did, guys. And let me read it out for you guys right there. Let me make this thing bigger so you guys can actually see. It's about yachters, man. Yachters or yachties, whatever they call it them. Removal of charges and taxes applicable to import to the import of pleasure crafts. Now, guys, when you heard about pleasure crafts, this is the kind of things that you see right there. Pleasure crafts being these things. Who tends to have these things? The rich or the poor? You'll have most likely the richer folks having this stuff. True or false, guys? But of course, the removal of charges and taxes applicable to the import of pleasure crafts right there. I'm guessing hopefully that includes jet skis, because I know a number of people trying to bring jet skis and stuff to Dominica, but you know, it's sometimes house and land, they say. House and land. But pleasure crafts, guys, most of the individuals who tend to have pleasure crafts are individuals who actually have extra money for them to spend. However, they are removing the charges and taxes on this kind of things right there. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister is saying 2 years ago, we announced the removal of VAT. By the way, guys, I just actually made a mention of this on Instagram. By the way, guys, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram, Mystelics_BrBpTV. You will definitely find me, man. No doubt about it. If you don't know how to spell my name is plastered all over down there. Right there, guys. So you can definitely check it out. VAT, in accordance to what I just learned today, in accordance to American income tax. Income tax was supposed to be temporary. Remember when they said VAT was going to be temporary as well? And over 10 years, brothers and sisters, 10-15 years later, we still have VAT. And they say VAT was supposed to be temporary. They said to bring back the economy because the treasury was empty. Lie that. But anyways, let me continue. It's rather interesting that I'm thinking of this as well. They stated that the treasury was empty, yet still they took out. Remember, you know where the Windsor Park Sports Stadium is? When the United Workers Party was actually building, they were going to build an indoor gymnasium that you could actually have multiple sports taking place one time. They uprooted it and they threw it away in the sea. So you mean to tell me treasury is empty, but you have the money to throw things away that has already started, just for you to put your own thing to say, oh, you didn't complete whatever the previous administration was doing? That's stupid. Not only that, though, I'm thinking of the international airport as well. The international airport, there was a place designated for this. Right now, they are trying to figure out how to build the airport, if they are even trying to build the airport in the first place. Because I remember the individuals actually reached out to me for me to do an aerial shot of the area. Of course, you know, the 5 will have my drone. But of course, for me to do an aerial shot of the area for them to figure out the swamplands. How you have a dedicated area for you to figure out where to put the airport, but you don't know how much swamplands or whatever is under there? You see the kind of logic I'm saying? The United Workers Party had a designated area for which monies was put aside to build the international airport. We would have had an international airport already, hands down. And it's not siding with UWP and DLP, none of that. It is the facts that were laid forward before us, guys. Present, that is not existent today. But anyways, guys, I digress. Let's go back to this thing, right there, the removal of VAT. Okay, so they're removing VAT on pleasure crafts, which of course are most likely individuals who tend to have this, people who have extra money. You don't just go and buy a jet ski out there and say, oh, let me just spend my $4,000 for me to get a jet ski, man. you don't do that. And this is Dominica, so you know you might have to for $4,000, about $12,000, guys, about 10,000 something. 10,000 if you're making $1,000. That's 10 months we have to save up without eating nothing. Yeah. Yes, I. But let me continue right there. Removal of VAT and import duty on pleasure crafts and excursion boats. Who else has this? The local people don't have this. Measuring at least 45 cubic meters and their engine in order to begin stimulating economic activity in that area. What are they talking about economic activity? I'm guessing that they mean the rich folks will come down. When they come down with their boats and stuff, then they'll buy little things in the shops here and there. When rich people come down, brothers and sisters, not in the little supermarket and those things they go in. They go into the more established, more places, the richer folks, because they can afford it. They go to Kempinski, all kind of places, secret beer, expensive places, which means the local people will not be getting that money. You're talking about economic activity, and that money is going to be going to more rich folks in Dominica. True or false? Logic, brothers and sisters. But let's continue right there. Stimulating economic activity in that area. This year, Mr. Speaker, to further stimulate yachting activities, we are taking this initiative, the initial measure, one step further. Interesting. With effect from September 1st, 2022, we will remove all duties, taxes, levies, and charges on all pleasure crafts and engines of pleasure crafts imported into Dominica. Right there. Duties, taxes, so they just coming in free. They don't have to pay duties, so no port fees, no taxes, levies, and charges on all, and charges which most likely will include all other charges, and charges because they said duties, taxes, levies, and charges on all pleasure crafts and engines of pleasure crafts imported into Dominica. Rather interesting. Increased number of vessels anchoring in Dominica for extended periods will result in increased employment and business opportunities for Dominica. Which increase in employment? I'm guessing maybe, but then again, that would mean that if it's an increase in opportunities for people to have businesses, I'm thinking outside the box. Maybe they will develop other things on the beach area or in certain places, but they actually need to have the monies for these things to happen. But to get the monies, these people would need to come in to spend on the actual people that don't have the equipments yet. And then as a result, they will bypass these individuals and go to the more rich places which they can afford. Anyways, increased number of vessels anchoring in Dominica for extended period will result in increased employment and business opportunities for Dominica, helping diversify and sustain. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe guys explain to me. Maybe I am not seeing it, because I'm trying to figure out how the little man is going to benefit from these things when the rich people would come in and they will end up going outside. And if they are bringing stuff like jet skis and stuff, which of course I notice they actually have some high prices for jet skis and whatnot. River tubing. You float on a boy, I tell you boy, you floating on a boat, on a balloon to go down a river you don't make, and you charging $60 to $75 per person. No man, I had that wrong somewhere. Yes sir. But let's continue. What I mean, if the balloon bursts, you can patch the balloon and the balloon will be good to go. I mean, Magwesa people patching tire constantly. You floating down a river you don't make. But anyways, that is another story right there. In addition, Mr. Speaker, with effect from September 1st, 2022, we will create a small ships registry open to small pleasure boats of up to 75 feet, so much bigger than the 45 feet that they talked about earlier on upstairs. Let me see if I can scroll up. 45 cubic meters. Okay, cubic meters. 75 feet long at a cost of $250 US dollars for 1 year, or 3 years $650. So it'll be cheaper. 3 years 250 will be 750. So I guess if you do for 3 years, you spend less than you spend $100 less if you do it for the 3 years right there. Fee will be payable online via government payment portals. So this is not going to the local people. The small ship registry will only be open to pleasure boat owner from Dominica or the CARICOM members. So it's rather interesting. But like I said before, guys, how many Dominicans would benefit from the duty free on the importation of pleasure crafts? Can you afford a pleasure craft, brothers and sisters? Can you afford one of these things right there? No, guys, initially when I was sending this stuff right there, and of course individuals who are associated with well, let me not say much in this regard, but I thought this boat was like 75, okay, let's say 100,000 US dollars, because it's looking like a small boat. If it's on wheels, you can bring your boat with your van or your car or something and bring that in the sea. But apparently that is not the case, guys. We'll find out how much that boat is in a moment. Of course, this is another type of that boat right there, guys. These are luxury boats, apparently. I thought I was like, what? Anyways, this is the same boat right there, the same boat. You might be pondering, why exactly? Why do I keep talking about these things right there, guys? I think this one is in Miami. It's both are looking similar to the boat I'm going to be talking about right there, guys. And the reason why this is, boom, we have one right on our shores right there. This was, I believe, in the Portsmouth region. There was this boat is one thing, guys. This boat is them boat that you see in there. So apparently I was told that this boat, what the original boat, I was told that this boat was resprayed. That's what I was told, guys. I was told that this boat was resprayed into white. This is why it's on the wheels and whatnot. They resprayed into white. And that same boat is that boat right there, from my understanding. So apparently, this boat, liquor boat you see in there, is them kind of boats there. Now you might be wondering, wait, what liquor boat? That looking tiny. How much for that boat, guys? Let me tell you about it now. A boat like that, similar to it, this one is 549,000 US dollars. This little thing you see in there, brothers and sisters, little thing. This little thing you see in there is about 500. It goes sometimes, some of these boats, depending on the kind of stuff that it have on it, goes up to 1.1 million dollars. This little thing that you see in there, you can search for it. You can search for it. What is the name again? I forgot. I have the name somewhere. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name, guys, but I searched for it and I actually sent it. Let me find it for you guys. So this is it right there, guys. I actually have to go on the yachting stuff. Midnight Express boats for sale. That is the different types of similar boats right there, guys. They're very similar indeed. Look at the cost for them kind of things there, guys. 800,000 US dollars, 950,000 US dollars. So I'm going to 1.1 million US dollars, by the way, guys. And it's similar, okay? These similar boats, 849, 800,000, 775, 718. These are the lowest ones. 235, but these are much smaller, 39 feet. Right there, 39, 229, Midnight Express, this kind of boats. So you get the point, brothers and sisters. For that tiny thing that we see in there. And I was told it was resprayed because I was like, why is it this one is blue and the other one is white? That don't make no sense. And I was told that it was resprayed. Okay, so all I'm telling you is what I don't know full hand, but I know the pricing for this is a hell of a crazy thing right there. So apparently, well, the budget made provision for them, and I hope we will see much more. That's what the individual is saying. For who them? Apparently, who them that is? Apparently, them being this individual right there. You see this boat right there? Seems like they're heading to this boat on this little boat that you see right there. This boat is in Dominica, and I was told, brothers and sisters, it's alleged that they are the owners of this under another name. I remember we were talking about the same situation, me and my colleagues and what have you. We were talking about this, and We're saying why didn't he just put it under his name, or his wife put it under her name or something like that, you know what I mean? But apparently, based on the salary that we found out, $21,600 which I highly doubt that is the case at all. But based on Google, it's $21,666 right there. I highly doubt, because we know about the free mansions. Okay, two, for legal reasons, we'll say two, and the alleged one built on top of the property of the wife right there. So the big question here is, if they're making this salary amount, how are they able to afford all these? And this is just this small one. What about this one? I was told that both are allegedly their own under somebody else's name. And the reason why they tend to put it under somebody else's name, so that they don't have any issues in saying, okay, you have to clarify this and that and that. So they put it under somebody else's name, which I think is smart. But it's smart to do this. But if you're doing corruptive practices, it's smart to do this. But at which expense? At whose expense are you doing this? The people's expense. They remove all charges for pleasure, removal of charges and taxes applicable to the import of pleasure crafts right there, with effect of September 1st. Is that September 1st yet? So I'm guessing maybe something has to go in the works or whatever for that to happen, and then boom, we'll start seeing more of these individuals. Don't get me wrong though, guys. I want rich people to come in and, you know, mingle with the locals and spend some finances, help increase, you know. That makes sense. But at whose expense? If that is the case, they're coming in. How are they going to patronize to help the middleman, the middle class man? How are they going to help the people? Yes, I understand that if they're coming in, then fishers can fish and get fish to send to restaurants and more things. Yes, I understand that aspect, true. But when it comes on to them actually coming to the restaurants of the local individuals, that is not going to be the case, or very rare the case. Because I know there are rich people that tend to come down. I have some friends who come down and they go Kepinski and they go other places. They do not mingle outside. You have to go. Security have to go. Call and tell them, okay, Mystelics coming through or something like that. Okay, kind of crazy thing. I was like, what it is? Who does it really benefit? Does it benefit the poor man? Does it benefit the middleman? Does it benefit the rich man? Who exactly does this benefit? I understand they also do some things like, I have to do a budget on that tonight. I say I have to do the budget, but things keep popping up, man. Things keep popping up, but I'll do the budget review. It's a long PDF, man. But I have to retrieve this from thing right there. But it's rather unfortunate, $449,000 for this thing. And let's say it was resprayed, it's not the same thing. It might be a bit cheaper, but the big boat is still there. So this is about, let's say it's about $300,000 for that one. That one would be something else. Look, it in the background there. It's in the background. Ah, yes, I saw this thing right there when it comes down to the people. So apparently the people might say, boy, you know what, we still benefiting. But according to this individual right there, he stated, our apartment houses being built for a reason instead of individual homes. Ownership is a vital part of self-reliance, brothers and sisters. But of course, ownership is virtually impossible in that kind of arrangement. You think you're going to pass on your apartment complex to your children? You think your children can take your apartment complex and go to the bank and say, hey, I tried to buy a piece of land. Help me out, tenor. Look, I even understand these people, PTs and people still don't get their title yet. Do you guys know? Did they get their title? Because I don't know. I know. They still don't get their titles. I know they're building a set of apartments. And guys, if you understand how the world works, when the apartment complex is being built in certain areas, a few years down the road, is poverty that going to take place there? The same thing happened for New York. When they started building apartment complexes for the poor neighborhoods, they run down the place. You ever go Harlem, guys? You ever go Harlem, boy? Yeah. Only thing Brooklyn bad, go Harlem. Go Harlem and you will see what I'm talking about. Right there. What's wrong with our original single homes housing scheme? Who really owns these homes? That's a good question right there. But the Prime Minister them say everything that the government built is owned by them, even though the government then says again that they're gonna be giving, they're telling people it's owned by you. But that could be double meaning, because if I'm telling you that you own something because you stay there, you have ownership of that area as long as you stay there. But who's the true owners is a good question to ask. We are the real owners who allow you to stay there, and because we allow you to stay there, you are now the ownership and you should take care of what we give you. But doesn't mean it's yours. So it's a play on the English words right there, brothers and sisters. You have to understand how psychology works. If you don't understand, you're in trouble. Anyways, housing scheme, individual homes housing scheme. Who really owns these homes? Who's responsible for fixing and maintenance? I remember the letter. I think they stated that they were they don't pay rent, but they have to pay a maintenance fee. I remember the Prime Minister them saying this sometime. I'm guessing that's what they stated. But some of these individuals, I don't even know if they can pay a maintenance fee, because there's not much economic growth when it comes down to these things. And then now they're not giving individual homes out there, and the type of pricing that they want to give small business owners or these kind of people, young people. And then they tell them about generational wealth because it sounds nice. But if you're foolish enough to believe that load of horse crap, you will fall for it. Guys, mortgage is not generational wealth. Mortgage can never be generational wealth. Generational wealth is when you allow something to build money for you that you can pass on to your next generation, and your generation would not have to suffer. You mean a house that you have to pay mortgage on at Paya? I look things in a place that way, and businesses are closing down. There's not much money circulating in the area. Then they come and talk about entrepreneurship, and they know, if you know the rules of entrepreneurship, you talk about population size and the spending power of the population along with your raw materials. We have our raw materials, 100%, no doubt about it, but we lack the others. The spending power of the people. And you might say, boy, I seen people going all kind of party and some kind of thing, something there. Sometimes they get a little handouts from the government, people that may have certain favors if they do certain things with them. Or they distribute the money here, and then you taking the money for you to go breakfast fete and all kind of fete and all kind of thing. And then you come down to try to establish, it's like smoking cigarette. You just getting a little slight temporary relief. Or when you're drinking too much alcohol or something like that, getting the temporary relief. But your problem doesn't solve. This is one of the things I think Suki was saying. His problems had him low. He used to try to stop take drugs and things, but the moment he get low, man, he's like, next day he say he's stopping drugs, before nightfall he taking drugs again. Because it made him feel, to escape his reality. That is the same thing that is happening. We have a temporary thing, giving us apartments, and they're telling us about oh, we get to stay nice place. Yes, nice, thank you. And don't get me wrong, guys, I believe that those who are in need these houses. They need these houses. But if you're not stimulating economic growth in the place, and then you come in and give duty-free and tax-free and removal of all charges for yachters that doesn't cater to the local man, that cater to the richer folks. I mean, we doesn't see it. Boy, tell you, boy. Help us, our Father. This individual is saying SKERRIT and his cabal are very wicked. It's allegedly confirmed that SKERRIT has promised some Laborites that he would give them cool out after the budget. Lo and behold, he did give some of them a top-up, as Laborites call it, a top-up when SKERRIT do give them what he promised. For example, if he promised them 10,000 and he gave them $2,000, it's another psychological thing. I give you some of the money so you know you can get the rest later if you remain loyal to me. Then say it's a top up and it's actually hoping, hoping and believing that they will receive the rest of the monies that was promised to them later on, but it never happens. I remember them bus drivers who complaining, saying, "Oh, you never give us money for, I think it's 2 years after elections." They say we never get our money yet, but they get a little top up. They get a little top up, man, when they go and protest. They get a little top up for them to buy tires and what have you. Some don't even buy tires; they can buy fridge. So because SKERRIT knows that he has given all these monies to a lot of laborites, you have even the banks and inland revenues courts calling, yes, the people that you owe, they're calling you now asking for their money. Pay your debts. Now you have traffic officers working overtime trying to get persons to pay for license and insurance. Police on the road harassing the people looking for their share in the cool out that they got. If people believe that SKERRIT gave them money for them to enjoy, they lie, and people don't understand what is going on to them. My goodness, how can you not see what is going on to yourself? He gave them the money so he could go right back to him. Yes, right back to him it's gonna go. They give you the money making you feel like you can hold the money. You don't hold it no more. Which money you holding there? It goes back into the economy, back into their hands. I even hear someone received the check, he called and tell them deny God thanking him for the top of what? Tell his, I don't know what they're saying there. It never had an hour after the person owed, call him asking him where he going to pay that bill he have at his business place. Don't make him send police for him, for he know he get the check. The man say nobody except his demigod. His demigod knew he get the check. Not even his woman knew. Not even his woman knew this, that he got the money, because he wanted to go home to surprise her. He said no, he believed what they were saying all along, that SKERRIT gives them top up and cool out so that it could come right back to them. I mean, you should have known this during election times. They give you money, you think you get anything, you pay everything for it to go back to the government. You know, you think you put it in your bank to make 2% interest. You think it's all right? Not any of the world from there. Breaking news out of Dominica, breaking news. Officers are enforcing traffic laws to curb the recent surge of traffic accidents in Dominica. What foolish is that? Enforcing traffic laws to curb the recent surge of traffic accidents in Dominica. Ensure your documents are in order and traffic laws. That, you see, that's another trick again. They want to see if you have your documents, your license plate and whatnot, or they will charge you so they can get certain monies. That is why they're doing this. The accidents have nothing to do with this. The boy that was riding his bike and whatnot, maybe you should have put a speed bump there. What are you going to put? Boy. Guys, what are your thoughts on this, man? What are your thoughts, man? Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it, guys. Subscribe and turn on that post notification if you want to get more vibrations. There's some video I saw of back in the day. I think I'm going to do a reaction on it and post it out for you guys as well. But definitely subscribe for more of that vibrations, guys. Back in the day, how things were, and we'll see how we can do in this regard. Or I need to do the budget one as well. So with all that said, guys, give this video a thumbs up. That'll help the algorithm of YouTube to push your videos further. And of course, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bang.